1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's look at the fretboard, getting started with our Halloween special, the Munsters theme by Jack Marshall. We're going to go line by line, reading from the tab at patreon.com/swiftlessons. So the first thing you need to learn is that little low E string riff. Super easy, just going 0, 6 to 7. I like to do a little hammer on between that 6 and 7. Now, keep in mind, this is being played over an E minor chord, so it matches up. From there, we're going to get into our first line of soloing. It's going to sound like this. And then you get right back into rolling on that low E string. Okay, closer look at my fret in hand, getting started with that first line of soloing. The first lick is going to sound like this. Alright, really cool little line there. Sliding up to the 9th fret G string, 8th fret B, back to that G string 9, then we're going to slide 11 to 12 on the B string, and then play the high E string 12th fret. Okay, then the A minor chord's going to come in, you're going to hear. Alright, that is the 8th fret of the high E string, then the 7th fret, and then the 10th fret of the B. So far you have. Alright, then as the E minor chord comes back in, we're going to hear this nice little phrase. Really cool line. And that's being played over E minor to B7 back to E minor. Okay, so the way we do that, we slide on the high E string up to the 7th fret, basically going 6 to 7. 10th fret, B string, 8th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, slide to 7, 9 on the G, 7, and then slide away, 9th fret G string. Just like that. If you put those three parts together, we have. Right back to E minor for. Okay, now moving on to our second line of soloing. This part is going to sound like this. Starts off the same exact way. Then we're going to have this cool lick. To kind of wrap things up and resolve. Okay, so you already know how to do. Now we just need to learn 8th fret B string, 10th fret. Slide up to the 12th fret of the B string. Then we're going to go to the D string, 9th fret. 3 times. Then we go to the G string 6th fret, 8th fret, and slide away on that 9th fret G string again. Okay, and that's the root. E. Okay, so that whole phrase, that whole line, where it's going to sound like this. Okay, so after that, we have that little E riff again. Okay, which kind of ties things together. Then we get into the B section. This starts off over a D dominant 7, transitioning to a G chord. It's going to sound like this. Okay. All right, so the first part. That was the 12th fret of the D string, real short. Then we're gonna have 3 short notes, D, D, D. That's the high E string, 10th fret. Then the B string, 13th fret, 12th fret to 13, 10 to 12, then the 8th fret of the B string. Then you're going to slide away from the 15th fret of the high E string. Alright, then the A7 chord comes in, we hit the 10th fret of the B string, then slide way up to the 17th fret high E string, 15th fret, 14, 15, 12 to 14, and 11. And that note right there goes over top of a B7 chord, which sounds so cool. Okay, you put all that together. Just like that. Okay, now onto the final phrase of our first page of our tab sheet. This one's gonna sound like this. Starts off in a very familiar way. Okay, so pretty simple little set of phrases there. It starts off the same exact thing. You already know how to do this. Okay, but now we're gonna do this little phrase. That was the 7th fret, high E string. I'm going to slide to that note. 10th fret B, 8th fret, and then the 9th fret G string, our root. Next, we need to play that same phrase an octave down. 4th fret G, 2nd fret, open string, and then the 2nd fret of the D string, that E note now. We put all that together, we have. Okay, so after 2 measures of E minor, the B section is going to come back around. That's that part that's being played over the D7 to G to A7 to D7 to B7 chord progression. The first lick that we're going to hear is a really cool kind of rockabilly swing lick. Sounds like this. One more time. Okay. Now I have on your tab that kind of lick isolated. It's on the top line because I want you to practice that kind of separately. All right, really cool little lick there. Double stop, 10 and 10 on the B and high E string. Then we're going to play 13, pull off to 12, pull off to 10. Okay, just like that. Kill some of that reverb. Then we're going to slide 11 to 12. Okay. Then as the G major chord comes in, you're going to fret a G major bar chord, and we're going to arpeggiate it. This is the next line over G major. Okay, so line 1, then G comes in. That was 10, 12, 12, 12, 10 on the high E string. All right, then the A7 chord comes in. We're going to do A7, D7, B7, and the lead player plays. All right, one more time. That was the 12th fret of the A string. So that syncs up with the A7 chord, so we're playing the root. Then the 14th fret of the G string. 12th fret, 11th fret, 12th fret, 9th fret, 11th fret, 8th fret. You put all that together and we have the D7 chord comes in, the arpeggio, then that very cool descending line. Okay, now we're ready for the very last set of phrases. Okay, our last line is going to sound like this. Very familiar. Then instead of repeating that line again, we're going to go resolve. Well, kind of resolve. We're going to an E minor 6 chord. Okay, so this is exactly like the final phrase of page 1, right? So we've already done this before. All right. The only thing that we're changing here at the end is these really cool little chords. We're gonna play E flat minor 6 to E minor 6. Okay, so how do you play that? It's going to be 10th fret of the D string and 11, 11, 11 on the G, B, and high E string. And then just slide it up a fret. Now I have 11, 12, 12, 12. So that entire final line. As the E minor chord comes in to a close. Congratulations everybody, you have one of the great classic theme songs down. You're ready to perform.